Uh, hello. I think we're on. Looks good. Stick a thumbs up if we're working. Have we got any sound tonight? Yes, I think we've got sound. That's good. We've got some sight. That's good. My cream crackered. Let me just look at this. Hang on just a minute while I deal with this. Oops. Right. Yeah, so evening all. I've had about an hour's sleep this week. I've been rather busy, as you can all see, hopefully. New website up and running. All seems to be working okay. There's a couple of little tweaks to do here and there. Silly things mostly, but I've not heard of any kind of major problems with anything not working. So if anybody has any issues, do please let me know. What I've done, I've had a rummage around. There's loads of coin up spares, a few other little bits and bobs, a couple of books I think, from a few weeks back that hadn't sold. So I've relisted all of those. So it's how many lots there are. What would be really useful on some of this stuff, if some of you wouldn't mind, is to try sticking some offers in. Just, you don't need to buy anything, but just, stick £1 or a £5 offer on or something, and make sure it comes on, and then you take it back off again. And it's really just to make sure, because everybody uses different computers, different phones, different tablets, different operating systems, and because I've changed so much of the site, just to make sure it still works on everything as best as can be. So if anybody fancies doing a little bit of that, a little bit of testing, that would be really useful. Peter, evening. One little thing, notice the last two bids that were not successful have not been added to my page. Oh, send me an email with details on that and I'll have a look. It might just have been when I was swapping all the data backwards and forwards and that it just disappeared. Nothing should have disappeared in theory. I'm not too sure. I'll have a look into it. As far as I could see, everything should be there, but it might have appeared somewhere else. So I'll look into that one if you send me the details and see what I can see. So hopefully everything's working the same. This is or should be a lot more mobile phone friendly for those of you who use it on phones. If I sort of zoom into sort of phone size, which probably looks something about either like 3 pictures across or even 2 pictures across, depending on what sort of size phone you've got. And hopefully everything scales up and scales down nicely across as many devices as I can figure out to try and guess their screen resolutions and things of, sideways or upways or whatever. So again, if any problems, let me know what device you're using. If anything goes all weird and horrible, then I can have a look into it. I might need to make these little things a little bit taller for these slots to get the details on. So it's basically two, each kind of section, machines, spares, advertising, books, paragraph, and then all the other sections that are coming in the next week or two, like the horror stuff and toys and automobilia and everything else, has a kind of a main home page, which is essentially two different styles. So there's the one for slot machines, which is kind of similar to the old one, where the slot machine homepage, if you like, has I think it fits up to 5, I think, across the top of the latest items for sale, the latest wants, and then all the price history stuff down below. And then stuff we don't have much detail on, or there's not any need for much detail on at the moment, whichever, i.e. things like coins and spare parts, has this simpler layout, again, with all the which was so like the same as the spares, if you like. Look at that one. So just little pictures, they blow up when you click on them. I just realised I'm not signed into my demo trader account when I set this account up. It's only in the basic level, so I can't put bids on this account. Oops, sorry about But it works the same way. And then you scroll down the wanteds, all the wanteds are there, a bit better laid out this time. And then you click this button to put your own wants on. And again, the prices. Split up, not that it's perhaps not quite so relevant for spare parts, but everything's just broken down into sections. Click through, and, you know, whatever. So hopefully everything's clickable as it should be, everything follows through as it should be. But if anything doesn't, just let me know, then I can have a look into it. Peter, just one, oh yeah, I've done that one. Rocco, a minor thing, my email notifications are always flashing even though I've read or archived all my EEG. Okay, that's interesting. I'll look into that one. It's on this account as well, I've just noticed as well. Have I got any email in this one? Well, there's 3 in there I've not read, as it were. Let's see if these disappear. If I get rid of these, I'll carve that out of the way. It might just be that the counters, might need to reset the counters in the database. This, although I've got rid of those, this top bar refreshes every 30 seconds, I think, when we click on a new page. So I'll click on a new page in a minute. I'll make a note to check anyway. Check email icon. Somebody earlier said the home icon actually disappears as well. Now, weirdly, I noticed that on the development server. So whether it's just something strange with that particular icon, because they're all programmed the same. I mean, the actual code, there's no difference from that to any others. So if anybody else notices the little house disappearing, then kind of reappearing later on, the link is still there. It's just a gap where the little house should be. I don't know why. It's very curious. It's a bit like every now and again. Let's just go on another page if that thing uploads. Yeah, you see the little envelope is closed now because I've read all the emails. That's how it should look once all your emails have been opened and dealt with. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a bit like sometimes there'll be an odd photograph. You know, you click on it to blow it up, and you just get a white square, and I don't know why, because the photograph is there. It just doesn't display. And what I've discovered is if I download the photograph, shrink it down very slightly in Photoshop to make it into a new file, re-upload it, it shows fine. So something, don't know what the answer is on that one. Some weird bug. Right, check the email icon, email counts. Yeah, that's very curious. Evening, Stevie. Tuning in late. I noticed too that some of my stuff I've been on but didn't win doesn't show up under my rejected section. Right, okay, I'll look into that one. Did that table get updated? That was in the last week. Is it only some of the stuff, but not all of it? Is it? Can you work out roughly from what date? That might be useful, if it's not everything. So that's the rejected bids. Not showing. Wonder where that is. Okay, make a note of that. Oops. Yeah, okay. I'll look into that one. Right, Peter, I don't see the homepage icon at all, just a blank square. Yeah. If you do a force refresh on the page, so if you hold F5 on your keyboard, if you don't know, I don't know what it is on a Mac, I can't remember. If you're on a laptop or something, it's F5 and the control key. It does a forced refresh. Actually reloads the page from a browser. I might need to turn development mode back on again. The trouble is, you know, with doing a major update like this, all the pages get cached so many times. at the server edge, as they call it. And I'm re-uploading them every few minutes sometimes when I'm trying to get things to work and things not quite working. I'm tweaking the code, re-uploading it again. And sometimes it caches an old version, which takes a few hours to clear through the caches. So let me open another browser window and I'll do a let me just where can I do this so it's not going to knacker things up? While I remember, I'll do a if I can get into it. I'll do an edge cache on the server. Hang on a moment, I'll do that while we speak, and then that might clear that problem. It often does. He says, let's see if I can find the settings on the, where are we? Edge caching. I just slow the website down for a few minutes, that's all, but I'll put it back into development mode for a minute. And I do a purge on the cache. Right, that might, give it a few minutes and refresh. That might cure that problem, hopefully. Stevie, some of the squares and a couple of the machines didn't show up. Oh, some of the spares, sorry, the squares. I haven't been to sleep for 2 days, I can hardly see the screen anymore. Some of the spares and a couple of machines didn't turn up, okay. Some spares plus machines. They go in the rejected offers table. Might not be connecting to the table correctly in the database for some strange reason. Doing it on my phone and tablet. All right, yep. Paul's had even having trouble signing since last Sunday when it crashed. Finally got in. Oh, didn't know about that since last Sunday. It should have been okay. There might have been something your end because I hadn't really done anything to the what is now the old website last week. I just sort of let what was listed run out as because I was developing a new one. Peter just put some bids on some spare parts, all okay so far. Oh, that's good, thank you very much. So yeah, just obviously just take them off again if you're not interested, or just put a pound on or something. But it was just to see, just to make sure people's systems, if they were working all right. Your website, Peter, I did send you a message. I couldn't get the. Tried to send you a message via your website, and it wouldn't go through. The little icon next to the send button, click the send, and the little thing just sat there whirling for about 5 minutes. So I don't know if that was a fault your end or mine. Everything else is working my end, but most of my security settings things are off at the moment because I'm backwards and forwards with the website development. So it shouldn't be like a firewall issue from my end. I wouldn't have thought. I'll post a link in the thing and see if anybody else. See if we can get some other people to try it. There we go. While we're here, we might do a few jobs at once while we're in the website testing mode. Oops. So here we are, everybody. If you click on this link here, which is Peter's website for his arcades, and have a look, and go down to the bottom, there's a contact form. Send Peter a message, see if you can get it to work, because I couldn't. And see what happens there. Right, how are we doing? Okay, me too. That's good. So far so good then. Not in a very good position tonight again there. Look at what I'm doing, shouldn't I really? Never mind. Thanks for heads up. Yes, it's doing it my end. I sent a message to the design guy to get it resolved. Oh, right, okay. Hopefully that'll get sorted out then. Sounds like I think there's probably a little bit of JavaScript there not connected to the mail server, I suspect. Anyway, right, so that's good. So, yeah, okay, lovely. That's a few little tweaks for me to have a look at. Email icons, the house icon. I think I'm just going to re-upload that icon because it's a bit, don't know why that doesn't work. It's very strange. It might be the edge caching. Now I've done that on the server, that might cure that problem. So we'll check on that. So yeah, so all these bits are, what is on there now is for sale. These are just bits that didn't sell before. I think there might be a few new bits amongst them. So if you need any bits, have a look through that lot. Darts machine I'm going to video over the weekend. I've got a busy day tomorrow, sorting a few things out. Carrier Alan's coming tomorrow. He's picking up about 6 or 7 machines, I think, something like that. I'm not sure if he's bringing anything with him. And I'm going to have a good chat with him about see if we might be able to kind of integrate something in the web. I can't really show on this one because stupidly I haven't created an account and kind of give it a trader status. I've only got a basic account to show you, but so the idea is, like, on your buys page, your list of stuff you've bought, if you want a shipping quote, just click a button, and that would, without really having to do much else, it would send a message through to the carrier, to Alan, to say that you want your bandit collecting from here and delivering, and to give them a quote. So just to save a bit of time and kind of streamline things, really. So I'm having a chat with him about that tomorrow when he comes. See what we can do. I think he's coming again then next on the 22nd of October, I think he said. So if you've got anything to come in to me to sell, bear that in mind, get hold of him, and on his travels around the country, he can probably pick it up from you. So if we can get a regular, you know, if he's coming to be sort of 2 or 3 weeks or so, we know when those dates are in advance. That might help a lot of people who are a bit further away to schedule things in and out. And obviously if he's, you know, dropping something off to you that you've bought, he can pick stuff up and send it back, because you're going to know in 2 or 3 weeks you're going to be back here again for the next load, and just kind of make a round trip. A bit like I used to do myself, really, a few years back, try and make up big round trips around the country. So that should work quite well. Peter C, bidding on the coins is fine. Oh, that's good, lovely. Yep, I think we're all good then. So most of it kind of looks the same, other than design. There's always completely different behind. So there's a lot more website with about half as much code, if that. There's still some more code I can slim down as well, actually. I've been noticing as I've been going through it. I've still got to do a few of my kind of back-end admin pages. So for the next day or two, it might be a bit slow. Those of you who paid for things from this past weekend, I think all the machines have been credited, but like bits of money's coming in for spares as we're sorting out postage and packing and whatnot. So if you think I haven't noticed that you've sent some money in, just ping me a message, because I have. It's just I haven't actually reprogrammed the page yet to credit your account on the side. You see what I mean? That's one of my jobs for tonight, hopefully. So yeah, so next up, I say next tomorrow, photograph some stuff, and the carrier's coming and try to sort all that out to try and streamline carriaging out a little bit. So then the weekend I'm going to get these machines photographed and uploaded. So there's a couple of Seegers, the darts machine to do. There's a nice retriever, Brian's retriever on Old Penny, all working. And there's a nostalgic All-Win. There's another all that's at Leamington Spa at the moment, so that's a bit of a problem. I can't remember if Alan's dropping anything off or not. I think it's on the slot front. There's a few more spares. There's some more coins. There's loads of fairground stuff. More bits and bobs arrived today, this morning. And then the horror stuff is coming in as well for that kind of auction of horrors-y type thing. So I'll sort that out. Then after that, we're doing toys, vintage toys, automobilia and stuff. Sort of transporty stuff, railway armour and aeronautical stuff and all that kind of stuff we used to do. So I'm collating all the price information we got back into sections again. So we've got some information to work from, and then see what we can find to sell. So what I'm going to do, the buttons, because this top bar will end up getting quite a lot of different buttons of all the different kind of things we're going to be selling. I'll make this editable for yourself for your own purposes. So if you're not interested in spare parts for slot machines, you just have to turn that button off, and so it doesn't clutter your menu up. I'll probably do a little sort of switch on here or something that you can sort of click to reveal them all again if you're looking for something, and edit them and then turn them all back off again, the ones you don't want or something. I don't know. I'll fiddle with it, see what I can come up with. Just so it makes it more to your tastes and needs. So you don't have a huge gangly website like eBay where it takes you forever to try and find something because nothing's ever quite in the right category, and things are not where you think they're going to be. You can spend half an hour looking for something and can't find it. So we'll do that. Then over here on the cup of tea page, this will be for the not core trading-y stuff. So like your favourites lists and collection lists and things, and then the forums, the help forum things we've talked about a few times. Planning that out, how to do that, and a few other little ideas as well. So that's what if you wonder what the hell the cup of tea icon is, what will end up on that page. Yeah, messages are there. There's a change password thing because that was difficult to find before from when people lost or needed to change their password. So that's pretty easy. Prompt your email in, press the button, send you a link to your email to click to come back again, just to prove it's you who's trying to change your password, obviously, so no one else can change it. And then the other thing I'll do the kind of the main home page will be I never got around to doing anything with it before. It just made a little sort of news snippets but I'll put a permanent link on there. Somebody said it'd be a good idea to the Instagram if I can figure out how to do it. They don't make it easy, Instagram, just to pull in the last 4 photographs or whatever you put up. They make it really awkward to do. Don't know why. It's relatively easy to do with YouTube. You can put your last uploaded video on or whatever. For some reason, Instagram make it really difficult to do. But I'll have a look, see what we can do. Anything else kind of useful on that page? I'll just leave this one up for a few days. So this big house works okay. It's the same icon, it's just a different size. And that one in the corner seems to be all right now on mine. I'll just refresh it, see what happens. Yeah. Strange. So we'll keep an eye on the little house and see if it keeps disappearing. And then what I'll be able to do in due course, which I haven't kind of programmed yet, but just for the sake of it really, will be buying and selling pages. If you've bought something, I can probably make those sort of things glow if you've won something or sold something, whichever. And the alert things weren't going through properly either from the wanted lists for some strange reason. I don't know why. I only found out about that a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know how long it's not been working for, or even if it's ever worked, to be quite honest. I thought it was working when I first did the website, but it's kind of something we'd never really looked at very much, and I sort of forgot to mention to people when no one said it hadn't been working. It was only, I think, someone had got a want on for Duomat, I think, was it, or something? and we'd had 2 through. Oh, I was supposed to get notifications. I never got a notification. Oh, didn't you? And I sort of had a look through the messages on their account, and sure enough, they hadn't had a message. So very odd. Anyway, we'll look at sorting that. So each of these main sections has a wanted page. So on the old slot machines here, it shows the most. What does it show? It shows the one the most people want on the left here. It shows the highest priced item wanted on the right. And this middle box, I think, is the most recent 4, the most recent 4 wants. And you click the button, and that goes through to everything. Quite a nice, colourful page, doesn't it? Nice big back button. And this, you'll see these pages all shrink. So once if you're looking at a small screen, one of these boxes disappears. Just you don't know what a very huge page. So if you're on like a small tablet, you only get 2 boxes, and then if it zoomed in, if you're on a little phone screen, then you just get the middle one, and so on. If not, you end up with a page that's so long if you're trying to lose it on a mobile phone while you're waiting for the bus or whatever. You wear your finger out, scroll all the way to the bottom. So yeah, hopefully it's nice and flexible for whatever you're looking at. It's surprising how many people say they, you know, they use the site a lot on their phone or their iPad or whatever. So I've tried to make it. There's still a couple of things I've noticed need a little bit of tweaking, layout-wise. But we're getting there. Getting there. Peter, you can't see the big house either. That's very strange. Big house is definitely here for me. That's really odd. Don't know why that. I just see it was coming up on my phone. Let's see it. I haven't logged into on the phone for a few hours, so I should get a fresh site, as it were. Yeah, it's there on my phone. Yeah. Big one, you probably can't really see, but big one and little one. Where the hell was the camera? Over there somewhere. Weird. Most things I at least know what I've done wrong, even if I don't know how to fix it immediately, but that one I just can't fathom out, because it comes and it goes and there's no reason for it. So it must be something with the actual graphic. So there we are. So busy few days doing all that. Well, I've had no diesel to get anywhere. But it should now mean rolling out all the other sections will be a lot quicker. A lot smoother. Things won't get jumbled up. All the prices there are now in the database from all the other stuff we've sold over the years. And it's a lot easier to find stuff. So put the slot machines up, that's what we're all talking about. Down the bottom here of each of the main pages. Because some the other day was saying, oh, I can't remember how to get the prices. Well, they're all there. But, you know, they're just a lot easier to find now. Again, some of the groups still probably needs a little bit of tweaking. Some of these counts might be slightly off. They shouldn't be too far off. But there's a huge, 30-odd thousand records been shuffling backwards and forwards round and round in circles. And tens of thousands of images. And that does inevitably mean that every now and again one goes astray or gets lost or appears in somewhere where it shouldn't do. And you get a random tiger skin rug or something from the Auction of Horrors turn up on an Allwyn page or something bizarre like that. So you spot anything like that, let me know and I can go and look at it. But yeah, most of these numbers should be not too far off. 14 there, yeah. Yeah, of course I can't click through and see all the prices because I haven't made up a fake trader account. It's a bit stupid of me. There we are. That's what comes when you're tired. I need get some sleep tonight. So when I finish this stream, I'm gonna have a cup of tea, something to eat, and then go to bed. Get some kip. And think tomorrow about shipping and how we can try and make a nice, easy shipping quote system. Which would be good, I think. So tomorrow, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? I've just lost track of days. That's trouble when you don't get to bed. Yes, it's Friday tomorrow. So do a video tomorrow night as usual. I might even do one Saturday night as well, just to see while we are in these little tweaks out as more people use it and discover silly odd little things that need looking at. And then yeah, hopefully by Sunday those other machines will have the videos up for sale, and then we can have a look at those then as well. So yeah, anything from anyone? Any more? Anything? Anybody's noticed anything? Anybody else managed to get Peter's site to work? Go and have a click on that and have a look. Can I do it here easily? Let me think if I can do that or not. I might be able to do it like this. If I put it up there. There we go, look. So yeah, lots of pictures of arcades. Aha, the duck shooter. Oh, that's good. I didn't know they did that. Pretty. Okay. So they'll do that. No. Okay. What does this do? Oh. Okay. Didn't know they did that. Oh, there we are. Should have played with it more. I was busy when Peter sent me the link. A very nice laughing sailor in the background there that you can just see. Which I built many years ago, for those of you who don't know. I used to build laughing sailors. There we are. So I think Peter will be the guinea pig when I get around to doing the on the website this display bit. I'll go and pester Peter and he can list all his machines in his arcades. The idea of this bit on here was just to make a note of if you've spotted one somewhere, you know, if there's one on site somewhere, go and play or go and see, or especially if you're trying to restore something, of course, it's useful to go and see one that's working. And then like in the Pharaoh art and stuff as well, there's some nice displays here and there. Yeah, a useful little section. That's a sort of a winter project. It's not exactly you know, crucial, but I think it'll be a good little resource really. But again, it's one of those things I need to do a lot of reprogram on the site to get to work. Because what you'll notice, or you might not notice, but the keen eyes might notice the links in the top bar of the page. You can't actually see it because I've scrolled the page down. So where is this page? do this on my, if I try and mess it up. Used to be a great big long link in the, in the title bar at the top, with slashes and question marks and all sorts. It was 5 minutes way through the great big database full of stuff to what it was to display. It's now very simple. So this page here is just colcon.uk/item 867, which is the number of this page, as it were, page number. So that page number won't change. So it's a very nice now short link if you're linking to it, like when we get the forum things going, or if you want to send a link to somebody else to say, oh yeah, I've got a machine like this, or we're looking for one like that, or whatever. That's now a really short link. So it's easy to copy and paste, or even just to tell somebody. colcon.uk/item 867. You can easily write that down and not mistake it. Whereas when it was all question marks and slashes and equals and God knows what else, you wouldn't have much chance of copying that link, really. So that makes it much easier to get to everything around the website, which is important for the different features that are coming out. So there we are. Right, so I think that's probably it. If there's no more tweaks from anybody tonight, I will go and have a cup of tea, go to bed, get some sleep. Don't need it. So I can put a fresh, slightly addled brain on it tomorrow and sort these little tweaks out. And then Friday, yes, we'll do another video tomorrow night. I'll get some photographs and videos done over the weekend. So I'll probably do them Saturday, so they'll probably appear Saturday night or Sunday. And then hopefully we should be roughly back to normal with plenty of stuff coming in for sale. Hopefully there'll be some diesel around next week. It's still in short supply around here. Yeah, go from there. So I think that's it. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who's spotted little things and let me know. It's very, very useful. Or, putting little trial bids on things. Great stuff. It's all, you want to sort it out with £1 or 2 lots, not when you're trying to bid on a £500 slot machine and all of a sudden your bid won't work or whatever. This is the point of trying to test it, just to make doubly sure it works on everyone's devices. Because I know people like to put their offers in at the last minute, and if it's a nice carousel all win perhaps maybe next week and you're thinking of bidding, you leave it to the last minute, and then all of a sudden on your particular phone, tablet, whatever you're using in your particular software, for some reason the little bid button doesn't work or whatever. In that last 5 minutes, there's not going to be much I can do about it. So do have a look now. Just, where are we? What have we got? Always checking, stick a £2 bid on or something just to make sure it works. That's all. We can take the £2 bid back off again. Then it's working for yourself. Super. Right. So that's it for me. Looking very good. Night all. Thanks for the website heads up. No problem. Vice versa as well. Again, this is all things same as Peter found out. You can think your site's working okay, or your web developer can think it's working okay, because it works on their test servers, same as the website does here. It goes out in the real world, and all of a sudden things don't work. I mean, last night at 10 o'clock, I uploaded, it was all working perfectly on the development server. Everything's working as it should. So I thought, okay, well, an hour to tweak things, upload it and tweak it. And it took from 10 o'clock until about 7:30 this morning, continuously. I didn't even stop for a cup of tea. That's how bad it was. I think I had one cup of tea in that whole stretch. So you know how bad it was. Nothing serious, just silly little tweaks, just things, buttons wouldn't click, or the buttons would be there but you just couldn't click them for some reason. Menus weren't changing at the top. This row of buttons changes depending on what page you're on. It's like a sub menu, and most of them changes, and one, I can't remember which page it was, one of the pages for some reason it just wouldn't change, and it's usually some really little weird thing. Generate a comma where there should be a semicolon or something daft like that. Anyone who programs will know what I mean. It can be a real pain sometimes. But there we are. So, nighty night all. Thank you very much. Catch you tomorrow night. if you're about, and onwards and upwards. Nighty night.